What's good, everybody? Hey, check it out. Guess who's back? It's Robert from Robert's House of Cheesecakes,
I'm
right?
back.
Yeah,
Hey,
no joke, he back. Now, you guys remember he made, what did you make before? The name is just so long.
the last cake I made was the caramel cinnamon crumble cheesecake.
Got it? Anyway, look, had some great success. People reached out that was out in the city of Dallas, Texas. You know what I mean? They got him to make a few cheesecakes for him and all of that. But before he left, though, he kept talking about this. What is it now?
Okay, so it's called the creamy crack caramel bacon cheesecake.
Listen to that. You know he had to bring him back, right? You know, anything with bacon, you talk about sweet and savory, we got to try it. Now, if you guys look, there's a whole lot of ingredients right here. I'm not even gonna say a whole lot, because it looks like this right here kind of like simplifies it. You know what I mean? Don't forget, the full ingredient list will be on my website, smokingandgrillingwithab.com, and that's WITAB.com. Now, I know I'm doing a lot of talking, but check this out. This is his show. I asked him to come back. This is by popular demand. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say it like that. So listen, I'm gonna let you go ahead and do your thing.
Absolutely.
What we doing?
Okay, so I just want to go over the ingredients with you before we start putting things inside the mixing bowl and everything. So we have 3 blocks of cream cheese right here.
All right, I'll grab these.
All right.
So look, you know what I'll do? I'll just help out right now and just be your sous chef. How's that?
Absolutely.
All right.
There
so
you go.
3 room temperature, right?
Then we have our sugar, sour cream, 3 eggs, vanilla extract, the real thing, crackers for the crust. And I don't tell nobody what I use, it's a secret. You can use any kind of graham cracker crust you want to use.
I was wondering, hey, he's not lying either. Last time he was here, that's just the way it was.
Ginger snaps, whatever you like, you can use it, okay? But I will tell you this, the cookies that I use for my crust, you don't have to add any sugar to it because it's already sweet. So it's not like you have to add sugar.
And then look, this is a piece right here to make me smile.
Absolutely.
Check it out, we got that thick cut bacon.
And then we have our heavy cream for the caramel.
Right.
And then that's our food coloring that I use depending on the flavor that I'm using. You know, that's it. And we got a springform pan, and then we have our...
Talk to him, tell him what size springform pan.
Okay, so this is an 8-inch right here. So if you want to make an 8-inch cheesecake, you're definitely gonna need 3 blocks of cream cheese. If you want to do 9-inch, 4. If you want to do a 10-inch cheesecake, 5. Okay, so you just
and that's so that, so explain to him, look, that's so that you have the height.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because look, it gets wider, that'll make a flat cheesecake.
Right, okay, so first things first, we're gonna take our springform pan and we're gonna detach the sides of it from the bottom part, because what we're gonna do is...
You wanna know what I thought you was gonna do? I thought you was gonna have this up like this. Now listen, they do make these to fit in here like that, but I see why. If you do them this way and lock it down and there's no...
And see, it's easier when you separate the parchment paper from the cheesecake. You can just pull it off and just put it on your cake board. You know, so yeah, so that's why.
So these are what I call, like what you're saying is like a pro tip.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yep. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna line the parchment paper like this.
All right.
And then I'm gonna take the side of the springform pan and I'm going to lock it. Okay?
All right, so I think this is cool for everybody to see, because just the fact, like, if you never even used the spring pan, you know, or this technique right here, you guys need to check it out. I'm gonna hold it up and show it like this.
Right.
See how I locked it in? Look, I can hold it.
Exactly. So another thing I'm gonna show you too is, because there's like some space in between the parchment paper and the bottom of the pan, I'm just gonna go ahead and unlock this again, and then I'm just gonna press it down so that the paper is like right on top of the bottom of the springform pan. So now we're good right here. So next, AB's gonna melt some butter so I can add the butter to our crust. Okay, you want it to be like sand, and I'm gonna show you.
Man, look at that butter right there.
So we got our melted butter here.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna take a little, not too much. Like that should be good right there.
Okay.
Get the butter all around the crumbs.
Right, so this is the part when he said that he wanted it to be more like a
sand.
Like sand, like wet sand.
Yeah.
I got a fish tank made, so I know exactly what that feels like. So what I'm gonna do is preheat the oven. You wanna preheat the oven at 350 degrees, right? So let me start that now.
Okay, so now that we have the butter inside of the crust, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna go ahead and dump, and I'm just gonna take my hand and I'm just gonna press the crumbs around the springform pan evenly.
Now, one of the things you guys can do is you can get yourself a bottom of a square glass or something like that.
Yes.
Just a square bottom glass, I'm trying to say. Equally level, and you can just go ahead and just, you know, tap it all the way around just to get it that way. But, so look, we'll show it over there to that camera.
Just like this.
Right.
Okay? Nice and evenly. Make sure you have a nice amount in the center, because that's very important. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna put it in the oven at 350 degrees for about 4 minutes, all right?
So go ahead and put that in the inside. Look, I'm gonna set a timer. I'm finna mess with everybody out here. Alexa, set a timer for 5 minutes. But you can set a timer for 5 minutes. Now, here, let me give you guys a real pro tip. I don't really say it like when I be baking right here, but if you guys take a look right here, I always keep myself some soapy, hot water, right? And what do? I wash my dishes as I go. You know what I mean? Because when I'm done in the kitchen, I'm done. Okay, so what he did just now is he took this out, you know, 5 minutes you know, the 5 minute timer. You guys can see it. It's a little bit on the hot side.
And it smells good too.
But that, it does. It smells incredible.
It smells very good.
So I'm gonna go ahead and put this inside of the refrigerator.
So now we're gonna get down to the important stuff, our cheesecake batter. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put 1 package of cream cheese. And it's already nice and soft. So I'm gonna, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna lock this up, and I'm gonna put my stand mixer at about between a 2 and a 4. And you just wanna let the cream cheese mix in a bowl for a couple of minutes until it's all nice and smooth. And then after that, then we'll start adding our other ingredients.
Okay,
here.
so are you gonna start with sugar?
Yes, sir. We're gonna start with a cup of sugar.
I like to just pour slowly.
Exactly.
Okay, so this is a half cup. Let me go back in.
Put a little bit more in there. Now, if you want, you can increase your speed a little, since you have your sugar in there already. All right. Just for a couple of seconds, not for a long amount of time. Then I'm going to decrease the speed back down to a 2. And then next, what we're going to do is we're going to add our vanilla. So, AB, if you want to go ahead.
So about a tablespoon, correct?
Yeah, about a tablespoon.
All right.
And then we're gonna do the same thing again, just increase the speed a little. And now I'm gonna decrease it back down to 2 again. And then AB, we're gonna add our sour cream. You can put a couple of scoops inside it.
That good?
Add a little more.
All right. Okay.
Add a little more.
But don't forget, you guys, the full ingredient list will be on my website.
Perfect.
You know what I mean? So you guys won't be doing the same thing that he and I are doing.
So at some point, you wanna take your spatula, and I'll get a spatula from AB once he's done rinsing it off. Because it's very important that you stop your mixer and you open it up and you lift up the top piece and you take your spatula and you get all inside of the bowl. At some point in between adding your ingredients, you definitely want to take a spatula and make sure that all the cream cheese.
What'd you call it, a spatula?
A spatula. I'm a New Yorker.
Okay.
Born and raised.
Hey,
Shout out to New York. So now that I've already done that, you know, the cream cheese on the bottom is incorporated. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start mixing again before I add my eggs to it.
Okay, 3 eggs. Now listen, some of the people that follow me, they were telling me, AB, don't be cracking your eggs in there. What happened if you got 1 egg that's bad? I say, I come from a big city, right? Look, I come from, everywhere I go, it's like a concrete jungle. They got procedures. I ain't never had a bad egg ever in my life.
Right.
But one of the things they do say is, you wanna crack it, make sure you don't get no shell here, and then drop it.
You know,
Yeah, I got it. By the look of your face, mate, look.
all you can do is pray. Pray you don't get a shell in there, you know.
You know what I mean? But look, we got a good crack there.
There you go, perfect. So we're gonna do one at a time.
Oh, one at a time.
Yeah,
Got it.
one at a time. There you go.
All right.
All right, so now we're gonna do the next one.
All right.
The second one. Now we're about to add our third one. There you go. So now that our eggs are incorporated in the cheesecake batter, I'm just gonna go ahead and increase our speed. I'm just gonna stop this because I see some cream cheese that's sticking to the side of the bowl. I wanna make sure that it's all incorporated. Now we're just gonna mix a little more, and this cheesecake batter is good to go, y'all. We're gonna start with the creamy crack caramel. So AB, if you can, what's that?
Creamy crack.
Creamy crack. That's right.
Hey,
it's creamy.
Creamy crack corn.
It's crack because it's like an addiction when you eat it. You know what I mean? So the name serves its purpose. So we're gonna add a cup of sugar.
2 half cups.
Yep, there you go.
All right.
Once we get this started, put it like on a medium heat.
Medium heat. There
All
you
right.
go. So what you're doing is you browning your sugar now.
Right, so what I'm doing is I'm gonna melt my sugar. And something I wanna share with you all too, like if you ever make caramel and for some reason your sugar just like clumps up all into one piece, there's nothing to worry about. All you have to do is just keep mixing and mixing and mixing because eventually the sugar is gonna melt. So it's nothing to worry about. So if that happens, please don't get discouraged.
Okay, so obviously we done switched sides, right? I said I wanted to, I don't mind being a sous chef, so he said, let's start doing some of that heavy lifting then.
It's a teaching moment, that's all.
Right, I got it.
A teaching moment.
So I want you guys to come in here and take a look at this. Look at how it's starting to, separate. Well, it's actually starting to melt, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
when you all see that, that's a good thing. That's what you want because your sugar's gonna turn into like little crystals. And now you can see the color starting to change a little.
Right, we're getting close to that amber color now.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So remember he was talking about the color? The amber color?
There it is, it's coming.
It's coming.
So the two goals you want to achieve when you make your caramel before you add your heavy creamy or butter, you want very little crystals left inside your sugar, very little. And you want the amber color to start to show, and it's getting there now.
Okay, look.
That's perfect right there. That's perfect. So we can take it off the heat right now. Yep, we can take it off the heat and we can add some butter to it.
Okay.
Okay. You're not gonna add too much butter. That's good right there.
Now, look at this, y'all. Get in here, look. It's starting to look like caramel.
That's good right. And now we can start adding the heavy cream.
Ah, yeah, look.
So adding the heavy cream slowly.
All right.
Now, you remember what I was telling y'all earlier? Now, see, you got that big clump right there? No worries at all. We're just gonna keep stirring it until that clump of sugar that's stuck to the whisk until it melts, so it's no problem. Okay, so listen, our caramel, the creamy cracked caramel is done. I put it inside of a measuring cup, and what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put it in the refrigerator so we can cool down and, kind of thicken up a little before we mix it up with our bacon. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna take our batter and we're getting ready to start baking this cheesecake right here, finally.
Hey, hold up, homie. Let me get a little bit of that.
Oh, hold on now. Hold on. Hold on. All right, there you go.
There we go.
All right, there you go.
I'll tell y'all if the cheesecake is
All right. So normally, what I like to do is I like to take a little bit of my batter, okay? And since I like to give it some presentation, being that we're gonna make a creamy cracked caramel cheesecake, I'm gonna use some brown food coloring. So now that's done, I'm gonna take my fingers and I'm gonna dip it inside this extra butter that we have, and I'm just gonna
Okay, I thought you was gonna use a whole new set.
Nah.
1 second.
Just grease the sides of the springform pan. So therefore your cheesecake doesn't stick to the pan. This is what I like to do, and it works for me. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add.
Now you see how you're moving now, folks? Now you can see that we moving in real time.
Right.
You know what I mean? There was a lot of talking, but you gotta be able to explain. This is a tutorial.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But once you made this, you guys will find ways to do things your way, and it comes out I can already tell you it comes out amazing. You know what I mean? But you really give this a chance. Don't let this overdo it for you and make you think hey, I don't want to try this, it's too much.
Well, no, you gotta try it. And you know what, listen, if you mess up, trial and error, okay? Just like me. Before, I got the hang of baking cheesecakes and everything, I made a lot of mistakes, trust me. As you see here, we're gonna do one color at a time until we are done completely with our batter.
So you don't care how it is, it's just you just put it in there, however it mixes, how it mixes. Right.
Because I'm gonna show y'all what I'm gonna do when this is all done. I got a little toothpick right here, okay?
Okay, so I remember this from last time.
Right. So I'm gonna just take my toothpick and...
so this is how we get that little...
Yeah, you can just make little, designs or whatever, just to make it look nice and,
Hey, when I make this one, I'm gonna put AB in there.
I want you to show me how you're gonna do that.
I gotta figure it out. I gotta figure it out.
You'll figure it out, I'm sure you will. All right, see, there you go. So now, before we put it in the oven, we're gonna wrap it in foil.
Okay, so look, this is what the foil for. Now this is gonna make sense to you. This is called a water bath, right? So what we wanna do is we wanna put some water over here. Am I saying it right?
Absolutely.
Right, and the aluminum, remember this was a spring pan.
Spring form, yeah.
Spring form, so meaning we can take this loose. You don't know if that's completely sealed or not, but this right here, if you get one solid piece, right? Now I'm gonna let you do it however you do it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But
right.
You understand that? Look, now it becomes, it won't let no water get in the bottom and, you know, spoil your the crust or nothing like that.
Right, so you just take your foil and just make sure that the foil is completely over the springform pan, because you don't want the water to seep into the bottom of your pan, because then your crust is gonna be soggy and you're not gonna be happy about that.
Okay, so look, he got it all double folded up as if we was about to raise the water way up here like that. You know, he using the baking sheet anyway. You know, baking pan. So look, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm getting ready to go ahead and put some water in here. Right, so I'm gonna bring it right here. I'm just gonna add some water to it. Right, this will keep that moisture in there.
Absolutely.
And what we're trying to do is keep the cheesecake from cracking.
And you know what, that's good right there, that's perfect.
It right there, right?
Perfect.
So if you go ahead and open that, now explain to them about the time.
Me personally, I like to bake my cheesecakes for 2 hours in the oven, okay? And I like to bake my cheesecakes at 350 degrees for the first 10 minutes, okay? And then after the first 10 minutes, I like to decrease my temperature down to 275 for an hour and 50 minutes. The worst thing you can do is rush your cheesecake. You don't want to do that. You want your cheesecake to take its time and bake.
Okay, folks, look, now this is where we come home, you know, more so like to my side, right? Listen, we finna go ahead and do this baking. Now we getting down to the nitty gritty. Now let everybody know, look, the pan was cold. I got heat underneath it. I'm just starting it off this way. Okay, look, so check it out, Robert. We got this bacon right here. Now, you didn't have me make a lot of bacon. I know you said it was up to me, so I went ahead and made the whole pack.
And that's good. That's good right there. Absolutely.
But look, this is what I'm gonna do right here. You know, just to grease off of it.
Get some of the grease off.
You know, it doesn't make a difference, you guys, because look, whether they break. Now, you make them as crispy as you want to, or as soft as you want to, right? But look at this right here. All right,
Okay.
so look, I'm gonna cut some of these down. You tell me, is this the right size, right?
Okay.
So,
It's perfect.
okay. Oh,
Perfect.
Okay, folks, so look, as you can see, pulled out the caramel. We chopped up all of the bacon. Now this right here is what we call movie magic, right?
That's
this is
right.
the movie cheesecake.
That's right.
This is the one that was already prepared. It had this on the top, so if you look, just got a little bit of it messed up a little bit because of the foil was on the top, right? So I'm gonna just set this off to the side. Just for the sake of the time of doing this video, we just want to show you how to do it, right? So now I'm gonna go ahead and let them, I know you're gonna need that.
All right, so
know,
now,
right.
now that our bacon is already chopped up, I'm just gonna add all of that. And I'm just gonna mix the creamy cracked caramel.
Look at that right there. So if you guys say that you don't know the definition of sweet and savory, something is wrong.
This is it right here.
That's it right there.
This is it. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna put this back in the refrigerator for about 20 minutes. Once we take it out, we'll be ready to slice it.
All right, so look, check it out, folks. It's been about 30 minutes that it's been in there, but look. Oh, yeah. All right, folks, listen, if that is not a masterpiece, I don't know what is. I got a chance to like hit the side of the spring pan. I'm gonna just tell you right now, bacon and caramel with a little cheesecake. Hey, so look, don't let me do that. Do your thing, man. I'm gonna let you do the honors on this one.
Ah, okay.
Hey. Oh, man.
See, this is the kind of cheesecake that you and your cousins fight over at the family reunion when you got the last slice. Like, who gonna have the last slice? This,
Listen, I'm gonna ask you guys to do one thing. Some of you guys might not understand about the sweet and savory, and then some of you guys do, right? Just don't eat this with your brain. When I tell you this right here is fire, this right here is fire. Now listen, this is Robert, better known as Robert's House of Cheesecakes. You guys can check him out. If you guys are in the Dallas area, you guys tapped out and, reached out to him before and got some cakes from him, you know what I mean? Go ahead, I promise you, try this. Now, we gave you all of the ingredients. Everything is on my website. His whole information is right down here where you guys can see it. And with that being said, listen, if you're new to my channel, let me take this time to say thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, smash that subscribe button, and tell everybody out there there's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking a mystery out of cooking. And with that being said, you know what we about to do. We out. Peace.
Peace.